everybody be able to say what's up and welcome to, wow, September. We're already into the fall season here. Jeremy Hubble is in the house as well. Hi, Jeremy.
Howdy.
Hey, guys. So awesome that we have this opportunity to get together and chat. I don't know about you guys, but because the school year launched, semester is in full swing, I am surrounded by so much fantastic energy. I do teach virtually, but this semester I'm also teaching one class in person. And I'm so happy to be in the same physical space with students. It's actually a really nice balance. And for the first time ever, I'm also teaching asynchronously. So I'm adding a lot of experience to the teaching bag this semester. And Ecamm has been front and center for all of it for me. As you can imagine, whether it's the virtual class, like the social media class that we're teaching tomorrow, or the asynchronous class, getting all those recordings done and all the videos done. One thing I haven't been able to do that I'm curious that I would like to launch off with a question. Have any of you guys used Ecamm teaching in person? I haven't yet. I haven't quite figured out how to. You have, Mac. Tell me about it. How have you used it? Is it almost like using it when if you how you would use a slide deck or Keynote and then present things on screen?
Yeah, it was quite simple. I just invited through interview function
Matt,
in Ecamm.
Matt, we are
Yep.
getting quite a bit of echo on you. Just so you know.
Okay. Why would that be?
I see you have
Might
headphones
be a
in.
double audio input.
Microphone?
If you're using Ecamm, I wonder if there's another microphone that's picking up.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. You were
What did they
totally
show?
right. Now it should be okay.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Oh, I'll have to think about this. This is actually the second time I'm using Zoom meetings, but coming in from Ecamm because I'm testing something out for the coming meetings. And last time I did this, it just didn't work at all. So now it's working. Well, anyway, I had this. I'm teaching guitar, and sometimes I have these one-on-one sessions, and I just brought in a guest or my student through interview in Ecamm, and that's how it just went. I created a couple of scenes with the, uh, let's say, he is the big kind of frame, and I'm a little one. Then one for the sharing the screen when I'm about to show something with a PDF or some video that we're going to watch together, and so on. Then I had one where the guest is only shown in the big frame so that they can play for me so I can listen and give feedback and all that. So it's like 3, 4 scenes, and that would be it.
And Mac, you're with students in the same physical space, and then you're using Ecamm to bring in a guest. Is that what I heard you say?
Oh, no. They are no. It's just me and one other person. The guest student is remote, so I'm just sitting
Gotcha.
in my studio.
I see.
I didn't have
Yeah, that's
anything.
really nice.
Okay, I didn't get your question properly, I think. So no,
Yeah, no,
it was a
that's
remote,
it.
just a regular thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is an excellent use of Ecamm 100% in combination with Zoom. That's how I use it all the time as well for my university
Mm,
classes. Zoom and Ecamm and
cool.
Keynote is like the top
Mm,
three triangle combination of tools that I love to do with it. But
yeah.
yeah, and it's a really nice way. I like that you said a few scenes to keep it simple. I'm at the stage where I've got so many scenes, got to actually dial it back a little bit. I've got a little too much going on, and then it makes it really hard to find what I'm looking for in class, even though I use folders and subfolders. But that's cool, Mac. You got another musician in the house. And Ed, you mentioned in the chat that you have used Ecamm to teach in person. You want to tell us about that?
Sure. In fact just got off a lesson with a student. I'm in Seattle. I teach in LA at a university there, whatever, songwriting. But I also do conferences. I'll do one in November where I have about 20 keyboard players in the room. And with Ecamm, one of my things I like to do is have a virtual a camera shot of my hands on the keyboard at the bottom of the screen. but then I also have a virtual overlay that lights up the keys that I'm playing, and I can show a chord chart. I can write with my iPad. I can circle a part of the chord chart as I'm teaching. The content I deliver in a live in-person setting is kind of visual dense, if you will. There's a lot of visuals that help. And
Mm-hmm.
it's as opposed to if there's 20 people and they want to see my hands on the instrument, there's no way 20 people could crowd around me and see it. But with an overhead shot, I can do that. And I can show, I've got a little hardware device. I don't know if I can even, you can even see it, but a little thing
Mm-hmm.
that lets me control my software to be able to show that functioning as well, with an overhead shot or a different camera, whatever. It's fantastic for my live events because people need to see, like a guitarist, you could kind of see their hand on the neck of the guitar while they face the crowd, but a keyboard is horizontal, flat, and they can't see without a camera, so it's great for that.
And I have to ask a practical question because my hesitation is like I'm used to using Ecamm with three different screens and an iPad, but in person to my classes, I can't lug all that stuff with me.
Right.
Practically speaking, that wouldn't work. So are you working with one screen doing this or multiple?
Well, I'm learning. In fact, today I got one of those portable little monitors people talk about a lot on the Ecamm fam. I've got a 24-inch Samsung here, but at my workshops I don't have that because I just don't want to take all that. But I have my MacBook Pro screen, and I'm going to have this other device as well. That's not a lot to lug around, but it is cumbersome. I have to set up my a mic stand for a boom to have the overhead shot of my keyboard, but because it brings so much to it, people who teach, other teachers who at the event come in and say, "Dude, what is all that stuff?" But once they see what you can accomplish, it's their teachers are amazed with what you can pull off. And like you touch on, I've found that I've got so many scenes now. It's like, what the heck? And I've got folders
Glad I'm
going
not the
too,
only one.
but there's so many aspects of what the students might ask about or what I might want to teach that I've just found it phenomenal for as a teacher live.
That's really good. And when I plan to teach I want to offer some workshops and things to other educators, like staff development type of things, as I get
Hmm.
asked. And I want to teach virtual cameras, but I really favor doing it online because of all these reasons versus offering to come in and do it in person. But I'm just thinking the day is coming, I'm sure, when something's going to happen and I'm going to need to do this. So for my laptop, which is what I would travel with, I have one of those dual monitors that it connects it's like sits on the back of my screen for the
Yeah,
laptop, and then I have one on this side, one on this side. So
yeah,
it would essentially give me three
right,
in one. It wasn't the greatest quality. It was I don't consider it cheap. It was about $500, and the one side looks good, the other side looks fuzzy in comparison to the other side, and I like missed the window to return it and all that
right.
stuff. So I just kind of deal with it. But it does give me something when I need to be portable. And I probably should have done what you did, which is just get the one side monitor rather than trying to get both of them with the
Right.
portable monitors.
And I will mention one thing that I've discovered. I don't want to take too long, but I have found that like when I've got a music software I use on my MacBook screen, but my Ecamm is in my bigger monitor. If I have that music software in my main monitor and expect an image to show up clearly, it needs to be full size on my MacBook Pro, which is a 14-inch, so it won't be grainy and all that. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I've learned. And all that to say, Moom, that I learned about from Neil, is fantastic because once you stick it where you want it, it will always remember it. And then my overlays that point to certain things in the software will always point where they should point. It's amazing. And I'll shut up after this, but I teach at Concordia Lutheran down in LA virtually, but I'm going to go on site sometime and show some of their faculty what this brings to live settings. Because when you're teaching music technology, for example, you might need to show a mixer and something on your computer computer and a fader moving on the mixer, a lot of different things that could all be seen with Ecamm on a screen, as opposed to trying to point a bunch of things. It's just amazing what it can bring to music technology instruction. So
That's great. I love it. It looks like you got a lot of really fun and exciting things happening too, Ed. That's really cool.
yeah.
All right. So that's the initial conversation. Today is an open forum, an open Q&A. So I will open up the floor. Does anybody have something that's on their mind that they want to chat about? Otherwise, you know that I'll have like 50 things in my mind for us to chat about, but want to open it up to hear what's going on with you guys. What do you want to share? What do you want to talk about? Have you been using Ecamm in your classes, courses, trainings, presentations lately?
Tana has something in the chat. Tana, do you want to
You mean just,
about the
can I
screen sharing
re-ask?
thing? The
Yeah,
what's that about?
Ed, well, when Ed was saying what he just said about having two monitors and you said something about it fuzzy and you realized there was something you needed to do, and I think I have that problem, but I didn't hear you clearly enough. Can you explain again
Oh, were you
how
asking
not
about the
to have it be
tool
fuzzy?
that Neil mentioned? The tool that Neil mentioned, that site, was it Noom?
Moom,
Moom.
Moom, like a cow
Moon
moo.
won't help with
Doesn't help with clarity, but it helps with remembering where to put the item. So in terms of clarity, if I was showing if I wanted a small portion of my music software to appear as a screen share overlay, it's not, it'll be kind of pixelated unless the original screen you're copying is big. If I'm blowing up a tiny portion of my music software and expecting it to not pixelate, it hasn't worked for me.
Okay.
If they're images, you can blow them up. But if it's a screen share, you need to the parent or whatever the original image needs to be big so that it will stay clear. And especially with music notation, for example, if it gets pixelated, it's worthless. But if you can start with a big original screen share, it's beautifully clear.
Yeah, my issue's different. When I screen share using Zoom's share screen, it's clear. And when I hit my button to do the screen share with my Stream Deck, it shows up fuzzy for people. I don't know why.
What do you mean? This is such a common thing, folks. When you say sharing with your Stream Deck, you mean sharing
Like
via
like that. I
right?
just hit my button.
So you mean sharing an Ecamm?
Yes, but
So-
if I were to hit share screen in Zoom,
Right. So there are
it's
two.
clear.
Okay.
Right.
So the reason that is, Ed, do you
We've
want
all
to take
had
this?
this
Do you want me to
problem.
take this? Okay. So there are two different pieces of the puzzle. There's resolution and frame rate. Resolution is clarity. Frame rate is smoothness. So when I'm moving, you want to have a good frame rate, a high frame rate, so it looks like I'm just naturally moving. In Zoom, when you are just speaking like this and you're not screen sharing, they prioritize frame rate because they assume that you're moving around. When you screen share in Zoom, they prioritize resolution because they assume that what you're sharing is a PowerPoint or a spreadsheet or something like that, and there's nothing moving on the screen. Okay. So that's why if you were to share natively in Zoom, the clarity is fantastic because you're getting 1080p, beautiful clarity in Zoom through screen share. But if you screen share as we're doing here, so here's a little screen share, right? I'm guarantee you can't see a thing on this spreadsheet. And don't, well, no one can spotlight me, so that's good. Because what I'm doing is I'm not screen sharing in Zoom, I'm doing it through Ecamm. Zoom is still prioritizing frame rate. It's not prioritizing resolution. So there are a number of different things that I need to do to make sure it gets clear. First thing is I need to make sure that my Zoom is upgraded to 720p and that's turned on. Or if I have a business account, it's upgraded to 1080p. That's number one. Second thing I need to do is I have to spotlight myself. You must spotlight yourself.
Oh, okay.
The third thing I need to do is I need to make sure that somebody somewhere is watching me, didn't change it back from spotlight or from speaker view to gallery view. If everyone's watching in gallery view, then no one is requesting the highest quality and no one's going to get the highest quality. The
David,
fourth,
let me just share it before you move on to number 4. What I do is I always connect on a separate Zoom account on a separate computer that I have, and I always have it in full screen mode on that computer. So that's my one guarantee that it's being looked at full screen is me doing it. Just in case none of my students do it, I've got it guaranteed on my second computer.
the fourth thing that you need to do is you need to zoom in on your content. If you have content like this, no one's going to be able to see it no matter how good the quality is. If you zoom in, then all of a sudden it becomes much more clear. So there's number one, make sure you're upgraded to 720p. Number two,
Yep.
spotlight yourself. Number three, make sure that you or someone else is actually asking for the full screen speaker. Number four is zoom in. And I would say number five is make sure that whatever you're sharing is itself full screen, right? The general rule of thumb is crap in, crap out. So if you're sending into Ecamm a little tiny screen share and a little tiny window on your 1080p monitor, then all Ecamm is receiving is that little tiny window, which means all it can send to Zoom is that little tiny window. So for me, I have a dedicated monitor, and I know that whatever's on that monitor, full screen, that's my screen share in Ecamm. That's what I'm bringing in as a screen share in Ecamm. So I make sure that whatever's on this monitor is full screen, nice and big, boom, then people can see it.
And if I ever
Thank
did
you.
have to share something like David, like all numbers, small little fonts like that, I'll share the link to the file, or I will use Zoom share and not do it through my Ecamm angle to be able to be when it's like that, because we know it's not going to happen. It's not going to look
Yeah,
good for
the thing I
for the
shared
receiver.
was just what I had open. That's not the kind of stuff I would normally share, but thank you. That was very helpful.
Nice. And I started the transcription too, David, so we could have a maybe we could do a little
Oh,
summary. I
thank
know
you.
lots of
Sorry
other
about
people
that.
in the Ecamm fam have done how to walk through this, and I'm pretty sure our friend Saeed has done something like this too. And I want to say Alec Johnson has probably done this, but this way we have a little steps 1 through 5,
By the way, since we're
as
talking
David said.
about Zoom, you all know that tomorrow is Zoomtopia 2025. Very exciting. The
Tell us about
keynote,
it, David.
I don't really know anything about it. The keynote is at 12:55 or 1 o'clock, but Eastern. But what's exciting about Zoomtopia is not what they announce. That's whatever. What they announce is it's not going to be AI stupid stuff anyway. But what's cool about Zoomtopia is watch the production of the event, because the tools that they use to produce Zoomtopia are the same exact tools that we are going to get eventually in the Zoom API that Ken and Glenn use in Ecamm in about 6 to 8 months. So the tools that they use to produce, like for example, right now, here I'll show you. They used, sorry, this machine got kicked out, so let me just bring it back in. They used a couple of years ago, and although they can't say this officially, this is a tool called Tiles that you're seeing on my screen right now.
Yes.
And so it's very much not a finished product yet. So ignore all the stupid cartoons of me, but you can see that some of you are around the outside there. This is a tool that they used a couple years ago at Zoomtopia, and then like Oprah Winfrey used it for something or something.
Get
But
out.
so we get to see in the production of Zoomtopia the fun stuff that we're going to get to play with in a year or so. So that's why you should watch it.
Okay. That's good. I'll be in class tomorrow, but hopefully I can catch some recaps. They usually have something that they share afterwards. Oh, we don't hear you. Oh, David, you're muted. That's why. Okay.
Everything
I'll
is
try.
recorded.
Yeah. So that'll be good. We can catch up. I speaking of Ecamm for Zoom and Zoom, I I spent like a half an hour the other day trying to find this one thing inside Ecamm for Zoom that I know was in Zoom and I couldn't find it. And I thought I was losing my mind, but I realized it's not in Ecamm for Zoom. And for the life of me, I cannot remember what that thing was.
Probably
So
an
I'm going
app.
It wasn't an app. It was something that was built into the menu. So I'm going to log in. I'm going to open up a separate
Yeah.
meeting inside regular Zoom so that so that way I can
There are two
talk to you guys
things that
about this.
right. There are two important pieces here. So one is that the API that Ecamm draws upon to build Zoom in is always a little bit behind the vanilla Zoom client. So that's one thing. But although Ken and Glenn have been unbelievable about staying up on top of the latest APIs, but the bigger problem is that there's some stuff like apps, Zoom apps, that Zoom did not put in their API. So we just don't have access to them, which is just the most frustrating thing in the world to me, because there are a couple of those apps that I really love using, like the
Mm.
live streaming app, for example. But that's not Ecamm's fault. That's Zoom.
What's the live streaming app, David?
So Zoom built its own live. So you can live stream from a Zoom meeting. That's
Hmm.
easy to YouTube. But there's also an app that Zoom built in the app marketplace. I think it's just called Livestream, and it just has a couple of really nice little features. Like for example, I always like to have my meetings in gallery view so that I can see everyone. But when you're streaming from Zoom, the host's or the streamer's view of the meeting is what gets sent out to YouTube. So right now, I can't be in gallery view because then gallery view is what will be sent out to YouTube, unless I want that to go out, right? The experience is much better when you're streaming to just see the speaker. But this app actually has 3 buttons at the top where you can say, you can choose what view you want to send out. I want to send gallery, I want to send what I'm looking at, or I want to send speaker. And so that's one thing that I really, really like. Also, you get YouTube comments in the Zoom app, along with your Zoom comments, right in using this app, which you don't get YouTube and Facebook comments when you're just streaming plain from Zoom. So
Gotcha. And Ecamm for Zoom does not have access to apps at all, right?
none.
It's just completely not there. So
Yeah,
that's
there's
one
just no
difference.
apps button. Yeah. Oh
Have
well.
any of the have any of the rest of you used any Zoom apps that you like? Have you played around with any? No, not yet.
Mentimeter and whiteboards, like the
Okay.
resident whiteboards, they have some pretty cool templates.
Yeah, you do have whiteboard. That is.
The new Zoom whiteboard you mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or a separate?
Zoom, the Zoom ones.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Actually, I did play around with them. You get 3 on I have a paid account and I get 3 whiteboards, but no more. I would have to upgrade somehow to have more than 3. It seemed like so it was only 3. And I already have a Miro account that I use, but I was like, oh, actually, not having to have them go somewhere else is pretty cool. But you are limited with the Miro whiteboard built-in app. But I thought it looked pretty good. I thought it was a pretty cool thing. I'm gonna check out the live stream app on regular Zoom to see. No apps found. It must not be called live stream. Let me see if I just search for live. When you find it, if you know what it is, oh, live streaming. Maybe it's called live streaming, live space streaming. You think that's it, David? Live streaming?
Sorry, I got a call. I don't know. Let's see. Let me open this up and see. 9 times out of 10, I'm not streaming from Zoom. Like I'm streaming from Ecamm because the experience is so much better. But if your goal is to stream out the Zoom meeting as opposed to your produced content, then let's see,
Right.
apps. Yeah, it's called live streaming. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
And
No,
it's not great, by the way.
live space streaming.
Mine just says live streaming here.
To search for it, I get live space streaming. Like if you put LIVES, it won't come up. You have to put
No, it's
space S.
LIVE and the second word
Space.
streaming.
Right.
This is the live streaming app here. It's not a great app. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I spoke to the developer once, and it was a long time ago. I'm not sure that he's even paying attention to it anymore, but I still use it.
Awesome. Awesome. And one tool that I do use with Ecamm all the time, and then I know somebody's putting some stuff in the chat, I'll come right back to that, is the AI companion tools. So I continuously have those on. I don't know that it's the greatest in comparison, especially I just saw David like make a puke face. So I am
I'm
going
sorry.
to
I
infer
can't
from that
stand
that
the
you
Zoom
don't
AI.
like it.
I'm sorry.
So part two of my thing is I wonder what you guys are using that you might be very happy with for transcription, and if is there a cost? Is it free? What do you guys like to use for because the way I use it in my classes is critical. I have my lesson plans and I have like 75 things I want to do in class tomorrow. So I've got my guide, and then there's well what really happened in class tomorrow. And I'd like to send out notes to students recapping everything that happened with links and the whole thing. So the agenda that I created is a part of that, but Zoom does create a transcript as well as a summary. So if I record it, I'll have the transcript, and that's like the factual data, what was said. But then the summaries with I think they're not bad. They're not great. Like the language isn't super friendly, but I did find that Zoom has templates that you could use for your meeting type. So I actually changed mine to I forget if it's called classes or lecture notes or something, not a meeting. So there, I've discovered that there are different types that you can set them up with. But I am curious, what do you guys use if you're using it for creating notes, transcriptions, repurposing content, all that kind of stuff?
For transcriptions is a good app I use, and it's a local app on your computer, and it's free.
What's it called, Matt?
Whisper Transcription. It's in the App Store. Whisper.
And it's not Mac Whisper. I have Mac
Yeah.
Whisper.
Yeah, I guess it's
Is it?
that.
It's Mac
But
Whisper. Okay.
I think that's it. Yeah. If you hover over the dock, it just says Whisper Transcription.
Okay.
That's probably it.
Mine is called Mac Whisper for sure. MAC Whisper, all one word. So let me look up.
I think it's
Whisper.
Mac Whisper Flow.
We might be talking two different things.
So this is Whisper Flow right here. It turns your voice into formatted text across your entire text stack. That's kind of cool, actually. Works in every app.
Yeah, I got the one you have, Mac.
Is that this one?
It's yours has a blue icon.
Yes, blue icon.
So wait, is that not?
Yeah,
this?
blue icon with a little microphone in it. No, that's not it.
Oh,
it's an app on the App Store. It's there. It is called Whisper Transcription. That's the official name of it.
Oh.
In chat.
What's nice about this one is that you can use the free version totally fine. They do have a paid upgrade.
In chat, David.
In chat, yeah.
And it outputs SRTs, which are really nice for adding subtitles to your YouTube videos after the fact.
Bingo. That's what I use it for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm frugal. If it's free, it's for me.
I mean, if it's free and it works really well, that's awesome. Now
There's a paid upgrade where you can like see
Yeah.
your video play as you scrub through it. I don't need that. I just give me the transcription and it exports SRT, which is the captions file. I'm good to go.
That's
So
it, David.
I actually purchased the one. So mine is called Mac Whisper. It's the same icon, but it's Mac Whisper, and I did pay. It was a small fee, and I'm not 100% positive what I get different from the free, although I did know when I bought it at the time. But Matt, how exactly are you using it?
I dropped my .move file from Ecamm, the file or MP4 or whatever it is, on the app and it splashes. Right here, I have it open. Do you want me to share?
Sure.
And it renders the text of your file, of your file. So it's a tiny app. This is Mac Whisper. You drop an MP4 onto it. Let me get one. Here's one. And then it just starts running through it. Now, this is only a 2-minute video file, so it's halfway done, 90% done, and then it's there. Then I go under file. Whoops, I have to bring it as the active app. Oh, let it finish. Gotta let it finish. There, now it's finished, and file, export, subtitles, SRT. And then I can save the SRT file to my Mac.
This is poor man's the script, I guess the best way to put it.
Yeah.
There's no editing. I mean, you can edit the copy, but it's not, you're not changing anything in the file itself.
This is the SRT export. You can
Yep.
update you can output other formats too, but this is what YouTube likes. And this is machine readable too. You can drop this on ChatGPT or Gemini and
Yep.
it understands this file format.
Yeah, that's a great point, Matt, is that it actually will, if you drop it on the Chat GPT, you can say, give me the chapter list. You know, they have chapters in the YouTube descriptions. It'll automatically generate those with timestamps. So you just copy and paste that right in to your YouTube video description, and then your viewers have chapter markers right there. It'll do descriptions. You know, you can copy the output into ChatGPT and say, give me a YouTube compatible or YouTube appropriate 1 paragraph description, and it'll generate all that stuff for you. So it works pretty well. SRTs kind of trip up ChatGPT every now and then, and it gets a little wonky, but
Is
it's a
there
great
a
app.
better format? What I really wanted to know, maybe this isn't the forum, is how do I get a file format where every word is time stamped? And then in YouTube, it puts one word at a time, because what I'm doing, it throws up a sentence at a time. That's my next thing to figure out. I'm sure I'll get that answer somewhere, but
There are ways to paint text on the screen word by word.
no, not paint. Actually have it be the caption file. But
I understand. I understand
yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah, I
Why
don't think
would you
they
want
do
that,
captions.
Matt? What would be why would you want it?
It's a better end user experience when you're watching a video and the words come up as you say them, rather than a whole sentence comes up. Because sometimes I can read the sentence faster than they're talking and my mind gets a little glitchy. An end user experience, that's what I'm thinking.
Gotcha.
And it like, so you want like the floating ball
No,
with each word?
He
no.
wants
No, come on, though.
karaoke.
That'd be fun though.
But that'd be a fun, yes, that would be fun, but the
But that
actual
would be a lot of
caption
I know
file.
what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
in terms of having each word live individually as opposed to a whole line.
I apologize. I'm very, like, when I want something, I focus in on it and I get very
Matt?
obsessive
That's
about
good.
it.
What are you talking about?
No, not you, Matt. Come on.
Sounds crazy.
Well,
Yeah,
I
there
remember
another. I'm sorry. There's one more thing about this, Matt. From a power user standpoint, if you're going to have an extremely long episode or anything that's over, say, 10 minutes, just grab the audio, export the audio. You can do it from QuickTime, and then just drop it into Mac Whisper, and it's so much faster than it's sitting there trying to process the video on top of that. So you're dealing with a file that's a tenth the size of a
That is
video.
a power tip right there, Jeremy. I didn't think about doing it for Mac Whisper. I do that for podcast.adobe.com because it'll AI clean up your audio and take out the background. And I've noticed when I just drop the raw audio file on it, it flies
Way
through.
faster. Yep.
Yeah.
Way faster.
I didn't make that connection though. Thank you. You're a smart guy, Jeremy. Well, you're all smart.
try.
he is
I
a
try.
smart guy. I remember why I upgraded from the free from the free Whisper transcription app to the Mac Whisper app from the same people. I wanted to be able to do bulk transcriptions. So I wanted to drop all of my students' videos, the recordings of all their speeches,
Mm.
and transcribe them in one shot, not have to
Yeah.
do it one by one. So I'm pretty sure that's why I upgraded. And like I said, it wasn't very expensive. And but because if I record it in if so for me it's about recording all my classes, not necessarily recording live streams and content on Ecamm only. So it's a little bit of a difference too, but it is a very fast transcribing tool that I mean, even when I have dropped very like my classes are 3 hours long, it doesn't take very long, just a few minutes. Like I don't ever think I can remember more than 5 minutes to transcribe stuff. And I also like to dictate a lot. So I've set it so that I can press, and I know you can do this natively on Mac too. I just think Mac Whisper does a little bit of a better job. If I press and hold the command key, I can just dictate anything at any time to any tool that I'm using. So I do like that particular app a lot. And thanks for the reminder that there's a free version we can recommend.
Even there's a year subscription for $30. So if you're using it, I mean, if you want to go the lifetime thing, I've just lifetime of who and what. There's always been my question about those things. So
All about the
um,
upsell, baby. Upsell, make you millions.
well, it's a pretty big jump. It's from $30 to $100 to go to lifetime, and whatever.
Sold. Add the cart.
Have any of you built any of your own apps using AI?
Yeah.
Like I am so deep into this now. I'm finding little things that I need to get done that are more than a spreadsheet, but less than paying a developer. And I'm building these like I don't even want to say I'm building, because the truth is I'm not building anything. I'm just talking to the AI. It's unbelievable. Like the past 3 days, I've been building a payroll app, which tracks payroll for my teachers. It's incredible what we can build. And I wonder if, someone has time, if they wanted to build their own little transcription service that could do word by word. I don't know.
Might be able to.
Yeah.
I just used it the other day to so Jill's got, I don't know if you've still got your Ecamm thing on your mic or not, but that's an initial version of one of the ones that I made, and I realized that the pull force on the magnets was not strong enough and it gets knocked off easy. So I wanted to get to the bottom of this. So I wrote an app using AI to determine what the proper magnet size and magnet type was and the amount of air gap that was acceptable so that it would still maintain the magnetism that I needed. And I used a collection of both empirical data and then data based on assumptions made. And it worked.
That's amazing.
And it asked me, do you want a chart to see what the drop off is? I'm like, yeah, sure, throw in the chart. I challenge you to find a programmer that would offer up that. Just say, hey, you want me to build a chart for you too? Well, how about this? I'm sorry, I've worked with developers.
That's awesome. No, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's just,
But it's only
well, how long is that going to take? 2 weeks.
And the input that you give it. So
Yeah.
done.
I mean, for people who don't know about, like doing app definitions and requirements documents and things like that, it's a little bit of a challenge. But once you understand what it's looking for, you can talk to it in very rudimentary language, and it'll work. It'll work really well. But the more Star, you've got you've got an idea of what you want. It will do it for you. Sometimes almost to a level of insanity that you're just like, oh, like dial it back a little bit. I was in the service industry. I owned a restaurant, and I thought to myself, one day I want an app that will tell me what my potential visitor or guest count will be. How many tickets will I have in my restaurant that day based on XYZ ABC factors, weather, economy, political situation, all these different things. And I wanted it so that I could just plug in that data and would automatically generate based on historical figures, credit card receipts, credit card data that's out there, all that stuff. And then it would help other business owners know when they need to staff up for certain occasions or when they can expect the business to taper off and that kind of stuff. And ChatGPT just went, okay, hold my beer. and it just went to town. And it actually took it about 10 minutes to write the app. And it's like, would you like me to compile this for you? It's like, please. I'm not putting it into Xcode.
One of the cool things about that I found about doing that is, people ask me, how do you know Ecamm as well as you do? And my answer is I use it literally every day for multiple hours a day, even if I don't need it. I never join a Zoom meeting without it. It's the first app that I open on my computer. And so it's just by using it all the time that I know all the bells and whistles and stuff like that.
Sure.
But what you just said about sort of the more you know, doing so much vibe coding has taught me this much. I mean, less than this much, but that much about coding. Like I know about RLS policies, and I know about how, like everything is a table. I didn't realize this. Everything is a database and a table. Like every website, every program you've ever been to, it's all a database. It's unbelievable. So it's a lot of fun. But if you need a specific tool, this is really the point. If you need a specific tool and you don't want to pay for the app, or the app isn't out there, you can now build it yourself.
That is really cool, David. I have some classroom related things that I'm like, I would like to build an app. So maybe I will plan to do that in 2026. I just want to circle back to the transcription stuff for one quick second, because one of the limitations I found for my needs with Mac Whisper / Whisper transcription free version, they actually automatically remove filler words, and most people may like that. I even reached out to them and asked them, can you please, how can I, is there a feature, can I turn this off? Like, because I'm teaching public speaking and communication skills, I actually need to know, I want the filler words in the transcription. And they said, no, they don't have that. It's just automatically filtered out. So that may or may not matter to you, but it was annoying to me.
Sorry to interrupt. Literally about 6 minutes ago, there's a huge update coming from Zoom. Now this won't necessarily, sorry, I'm literally just looking at it as we're talking. This won't necessarily apply for if you're joining a Zoom via Ecamm, like for Ecamm for Zoom. But if you're joining a vanilla Zoom meeting and using Ecamm virtual mic, this will affect. And in 6.6, which is not out yet, but I guess that's coming up after Zoomtopia, original sound, the audio profile, is going to be persistent. So right now, every meeting you come into, you have to turn on original sound. But now, and here I can show you, I think, this is what the new audio
Can you spotlight yourself?
Yeah,
for
sorry,
us,
so
David,
sorry.
please?
So you choose your microphone, choose your speaker, and now microphone modes. And if you choose original sound for musicians, it'll just stay on in between meetings.
That's good.
That's fantastic.
That's very cool.
The only thing I want now is I want a toggle switch, which doesn't exist yet. But sorry, this just came from one of the developers at Zoom, so I want to share it.
On that topic, I don't know if this is happening to you guys, but every time I join a Zoom meeting, I have to go and raise the input volume, because it always has it either in the middle or low, and I always have to go make it 100%, no matter how many times I join Zoom meetings. Sometimes it keeps whatever I did last time. Usually it doesn't. And so people will say like, oh, you sound so quiet. And then I'll go, and inevitably I have to go into my audio settings in Zoom, and my microphone input volume in Zoom will be set to the middle area, like 50% or something. So I constantly have to, it's becoming part of my routine, is to check to make sure that the input volume under microphone audio settings is at 100 when I join. Sounds like nobody else is having that problem though.
Are you on a Rodecaster, or are you direct into your computer?
Direct.
And that's an MV6 you got there?
7.
7.
But not the plus.
I haven't experienced that, but I'll keep an eye on it. I feel like everything I'm
Well,
doing.
Jill, you sound quiet to me right now. Does Jill sound quiet to anybody else?
A little bit. Especially for Jill.
You know what? I didn't need that, Jeremy.
You called me a
Keep your comment.
cyborg.
I agreed that you were one. I didn't call you. That was Matt. Matt
We'll take this
started it.
offline on Slack,
All
all right?
right,
And
fine.
Snack.
I
I
called you
guess
the
I'm
Slack
hungry.
that.
cyborg. Jill,
Jill,
Jill
can you
agreed with
check?
me.
Can you check your audio
I'm
settings
doing
in
it right
Zoom
now. Yeah.
and see what the input volume level is set to?
Oh, it looks really low, but my input volume is at 100.
Hmm.
Let me see if I can change it to. Hold on. All right. How's that sounding? The same?
Same.
The
Are you
same.
coming in through Ecamm for Zoom or just vanilla Zoom?
I just switched. I did a vanilla Zoom.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I did have a really fun thing happen last night though in the middle of the night where my boom mic stand crashed and it's like it's one of those really heavy one. I thought that I was like under attack. It was awful. And then today I figured it out because it was like on my desk, like totally just busted. So I had to quickly like switch stands and I have no faith in my audio setup right now just because my stand broke and I had to reconfigure everything. But no, I just joined through your Zoom link. So I should be set up for my Streamer X main, but maybe I need to turn that volume up, or maybe I.
You sound good. I was just asking because you all know this is that if you're using Ecamm for Zoom, unless you turn this off, you're switching anything in the audio on Zoom doesn't do anything because Ecamm takes over the audio settings.
Yeah.
Did you just say you put up the Streamer X main? Did you just do that?
Yeah, I switched from.
It's better already.
Okay, yeah, I switched
Yeah.
from the Streamer X. I also was like this. Hey guys, I'm talking in my microphone.
Still better.
Still better?
Still better.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still better.
I switched it to Ecamm, and then I don't know.
Ta-da.
By the way, sorry, that new Zoom that I said was coming out after Zoomtopia, it's out now, 6.6. And now again, you won't see that in Ecamm for Zoom, but that's okay because Ecamm for Zoom handles the audio for us. We don't need to even worry about it. But if
Uh-oh.
David.
David
you're using
froze.
vanilla Zoom and you want to keep original audio,
You froze, but you're back.
Well, he's back, but his audio. Yeah, you.
Yes, David.
I froze.
Mhm.
I'm so
He's
You were
doing
like
it.
this. You were like
He's
this.
doing his impersonation of Max Headroom.
Sorry.
Don't worry, I'm sure one of us got a screenshot of it.
I would. Oh, great. Perfect.
Looks like Thomas knows what you guys are talking about. He was laughing alongside you guys there.
Oh my gosh.
So Geraldine said it happened to her too with the Zoom audio coming in low. So I guess it's kind of a weird thing. I mean, sometimes weird things only happen to me, so that is entirely possible, but I know that it sounds like it's happening to other people as well. I have no idea who Max Headroom is.
Are
Got to
you
YouTube
serious?
it.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
I will YouTube this.
You're such a baby.
Yeah.
So young.
She is.
Oh,
I was
you-
looking at, okay, well, I made an incorrect assumption, and that's
I'm
You have to be
I'm
old to know
48.
that.
I don't know
You're
if I'm 48.
okay. No,
I
you
don't,
have no excuse then because you were growing up in the 80s.
I'm 48. I just don't know what you're talking. But then again, I'm the one who watches shows like 15 years after they come out, so I'm usually not
Well,
super trendy. Unless
pretty
it's
sure-
technology like Ecamm or something, then yes, I'm on the up and up.
Just go watch Back to the Future 2. You'll get a approximation of Max Headroom.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, I
Yeah.
do know that movie. I wanted to share something with you guys that you are the exact right audience for something like this. I have my YouTube channel. It is not big. It is a small channel. It is growing. I'm not the greatest at PR and marketing and all that kind of stuff. However, I have made some videos that have done really well, and I had an educational company knock on my digital door and want to meet with me and say like, "Hey, would you want to check out this tool that's for educators?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And they said, "We'll give you a free premium account." It's not a very, very expensive tool either. And so I had a meeting with them and I'm going to explore it this semester. And so it's called edcafe.ai. I'm going to be making some content about it. I'm going to do plain old sharing inside of Zoom. And I'm going to I'm just basically sharing the website with you guys right now. But it's, first of all, I love coffee and all that. So I really like Ed Cafe is super cute. Brew teaching materials with AI. Love it. Very nice people that I met with, and it generates slides, which it's not quite as good as a tool like Gamma. However, it's an all-in-one kind of thing, and I usually take tools like that and build off of them anyway. I don't usually love the output in and of itself, but educators can build custom AI chatbots for their classes, make flashcards, there are teaching resources, quizzes, assignment graders, reading activities, lesson plan generators, which is how I'm going to start to use it just to see, does it really help me with my lesson plans? So I wanted to share it with you because the free version has a lot of available tools in it. So there are some things that won't be available, but a lot of really big helpful things are. I made a video with them. They haven't released it just yet to explain, but I just wanted to share it with you. And then you can see the pricing page. It's not a lot, but they do have a very generous free version. So if it's helpful to you, something for you guys to check out, and I will be exploring it throughout the semester too, just comparing it alongside tools I already use and seeing, how do I like this for teaching? So I wanted
This
to
is
share it
really
with you guys.
cool. One of the things
I
about these AI tools that, like, when I made that face about Zoom, like, everyone is just throwing spaghetti at the wall, and I love when you come across someone who's actually using it for a particular purpose and like in a really smart way, and not just another, we've shoved AI into this. It's
hmm
cool.
Yeah. So, for music lessons, for my kind of lessons, really it's for anything. It has an education focus, and the coffee thing got me. I thought it was too cute to pass up.
Congratulations, by the way. That's really cool. It's really cool
Thanks,
to be reached
Jill.
out. Yeah. When I was
Yeah,
doing
I know.
language
I was like, oh,
instruction, a company called italki. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them. But I did some partnership with them for a few years, and it was a great partnership, and it's a huge honor to be able to be asked to play with something and be respected for your craft. So good job.
thank you, Jill. You're so
You're
sweet.
welcome.
Appreciate that.
So what else?
And
What are people working on? What questions? What thoughts? What insights? Throw it out there.
I've never heard of such shy educators. This is wild, guys. This is insane.
I was
Everyone's
Don't
gonna
waiting
everybody
for
say,
wait
speak at
time.
once. The
It's all
wait
about
time.
wait time. We're all waiting for wait time.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
okay.
is what teachers do. You ask a question, and then you have to give people the space to answer at their own pace.
I'm gonna stop.
I'll go.
I'm in repeat mode. I'm cranking out what I'm cranking out, and it's going well. So
nice, Matt. You're in a groove. Oh, look at Randall's little animation guide
Oh,
there. That's
sorry about
cute.
that.
That's cute
I was
though.
fixing something for my class tonight. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to pop up.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to show us
He's
what you
actually
got,
really
what you've been
cute.
working on.
Yeah.
No, sorry about that.
That's okay. It's all good. I liked it. I like
Well,
seeing
actually,
it.
I'm working on something new, and that's actually I'm gonna go all in on LinkedIn when it comes
Ooh.
to guitar tuition, uh, in a different way, I think, because I've been teaching a lot, and I've been running real life events, guitar retreats here in Sweden. I'm based in southern Sweden, which is quite okay with climate, and it's a wonderful summer events and all that. But it's only that what I can do physically during the summers and all that. But I'd like to kind of get new clientele, let's say busy professionals who are on LinkedIn. And I've noticed that 90% of people who come to my retreats are people who are either retired or my age or up. I'm 65, so it's like people who are well situated. They don't have economic problems in their lives, so they can afford to pay for accommodation, tuition, and everything. And I believe I'd like to expand that through LinkedIn, and a lot of people could benefit because this is not about just teaching guitar. This is more of a sustainability issue. It's like a social sustainability, something that's fulfilling, something that can be a break in a busy life, to teach guitars for somebody who's maybe been playing when they were younger and now they're quite old and still they want to get back to the instrument. And that's why I always call that I'm teaching actually non-guitarists. I'm not interested in teaching pros a new lick or two. I'm interested in just going to average Joe who would like to learn a couple of more chords, maybe to expand on the technique that they kind of have a little bit rusty from before and all that. That's my main kind of goal to do. So that's what I'm going to do now in the future. And actually, I've used ChatGPT for the project planning and getting some tips about the platform and all that. It's really, really good, I have to admit.
Just on a personal
So
note,
that's in the pipeline.
that sounds like a good idea to me on a personal note, because you're describing my now husband. So 1 month ago today, I got married, and that's exactly, yay! Thank you, Randall.
Oh,
Thank you,
congrats.
Thomas. And he'll pick up the guitar. I don't know why that made me like really hot and nervous to say out loud. All of a sudden, I'm like sweating to have said that to you guys. But he he likes to play the guitar. He knows a few chords, but I think he would like to learn a little bit more. And it's very sweet to hear him playing and stuff like that. So that just made me think, oh, actually, there are people like that who would like to
Right.
learn.
Yeah. He's more than welcome to contact me for a discovery call, no problem. Pro bono, half an hour. I'd be happy to,
Oh, thank you,
maybe
Mac.
get some guidance or whatever.
I will definitely pass that along to him. You got it.
Yeah, I'd be glad to. Like,
And if
giving back to all your wonderful engagement in this group and on the Ecamm family and everything. So it's like, yeah, no problem.
no, that's so sweet. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yes, Mazel
Yeah.
Tov. That's fantastic. Really glad. And I'm in my social media class tomorrow. I'm teaching my students about the value and the importance of LinkedIn and why they need to have a professional
Whoa.
presence on LinkedIn. So I'm going to use exactly what you just said today, Mac, as a as a teaching
All
tool
right.
too.
I need to go to that
Connecting.
class because I do not understand LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I
Just thinking the same thing.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
To me,
Take
it's
the
the
liberty
easiest
of
one to
sharing my
understand,
LinkedIn
but
link
All I
in the
ever
chat
get
so
are
everybody
ads
can
or job posts. Like there's nothing, I don't know. I'm sure it's by the way, I'm not blaming LinkedIn. I'm positive it's my fault and I'm not using it correctly, but
I do know that this is 100% true. The algorithms in LinkedIn, the more you connect, the more you see of those people, the more you
yeah.
look for certain things. So it's like it does, when you engage, you get more of what you engage with. Yes, Geraldine, see your hand up.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to share that I've been teaching mostly virtually solo, and now I've joined two other quilters. I'm a professional quilter and quilt designer, and teach two machine quilting techniques. And so the three of us have been working this whole year on putting together a 9-week virtual event. It's all going to be pre-recorded video. I've been in charge of the video aspect of the partnership, doing the 3-person conversations on our Now Business YouTube channel and Facebook page. And it's going to be kind of interesting to work with two very different experts in the field. We all complement each other. I have, of course, Ecamm. They do not, and they see the difference. And we had our first live session to launch this virtual event this past week, and it went really well. By the end of it, one of my new partners was like, I need to know how you're doing this. I want to figure out how I can improve my virtual presence. So I'm glad for that. I think
That's awesome.
it's going to help all three of us to grow each of our businesses into this new business. Yeah.
Are you an affiliate? Make
Congratulations.
sure you're an affiliate for Ecamm. You don't need
Yeah.
there's no qualifications, or you don't have to have a certain number of subs. And if you did, I'd get you passed through the next round anyway. So make sure you
Yeah, and
do
I'm
that.
affiliate. Yeah.
Okay, great, great.
Yeah.
Great. Geraldine, congratulations on the venture and the partnerships because there's so many different layers to not just creating content for virtual consumption, and then creating it with two other co-instructors, co-leaders. So there's a lot of different things you got going on. So congratulations on all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
When you say that you're the lead on the video, you've been bringing everybody in and doing the recordings in Ecamm?
Yep.
Okay, very cool.
Recordings for our partnership videos, our live streams, anything
Bye,
that has to
Jill.
do with video, that's my wheelhouse. So that's what I take care of for the team.
Very cool. Congratulations. That is fantastic, Geraldine. Totally, totally worth celebrating and let us know if we can support you in any way or if you need to like if you ever need last minute like I need to test a couple of things, like feel free to reach out to any of us. You could, you know, I'll,
Yeah, I
I
may
will.
have some questions because this is also a new venture for me, especially since I've been mostly solo, but now to bring in two regular people on a live stream, managing the conversation, managing the audio. We had some challenges for the first one, even though we had a tech check and I told them what to do. They don't know how to follow instructions. And so we had some last minute scrambling, but I'm kind of used to that. I know that live production always has a challenge. So it's just
Yeah.
knowing how to handle them when they happen. And in preparation for this, I did take Daniel Chee's live
Ooh.
producer thing
Yeah,
back
that
in
was a good one.
June, and that was really, really good. And from his um, event, I started incorporating a second live production on my laptop for my solo teaching. So now I automatically have a second setup ready, which I didn't have before taking his live producer event. Yeah, so it's been really
Wow.
good.
Very cool. Really, really nice. Congratulations. Lovely. Got some celebration there for you. And let's see, Brandy Joe and Thomas, what have you guys got going on? Oh,
I need
Thomas
to.
has no microphone. Oh, okay, gotcha. So you're staying in silent mode today. Tana had to head out. Okay. There's Brandy Joe Crickets.
Nope, that's not me. That's
Oh,
not
that's
me.
not you.
No, but I was
Oh,
about to
oh,
go.
that was Jeremy. Jeremy didn't share.
I was about to go.
I love that one. Oh my gosh, I gotta make one like that for my class. I have Matt Haas had made a Windows the blue screen, the dun sound with the blue screen on Windows. I have that one. I need a please stand by one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's so
finally
good.
got my perimenopausal overlay going here. Should pop up anytime now. There we go. So, in all its glory, I had worked so long for this. So yes, I love the overlays. I just do.
You know,
Yeah.
there's a new term for that, by the way, Brandy Joe.
Buffering.
No. For the perimenopausal thing, it's called.
Oh, this will be good. Do
Cougar
tell.
adolescence.
What is it?
Cougar adolescence.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Oh my
swear.
lord.
I don't know if I can handle that.
Sorry, I'm the joker in the room. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it.
no,
It's so
no.
good.
It's all
We
good.
need to laugh. We need to laugh.
Yeah, I'm trying to be the fun expert over here. That's probably it. But no, working on lots of different things. And I wanted to pop on here today because I haven't yet. And I wanted to see what it was all about. And obviously, it's filled with lots of value and valuable people. So, yeah, getting ready for Creator Camp as well.
Oh, you're going, Bridget. That's great.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
will not be
so.
there this year, guys, but I'm sure it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to get your account of it all, Brandy Joe. This is your first time?
No, I went
You
last
went last
year.
year.
I won the that's where I'm going to share more about the journey from here, from the experience. So I'll be doing a lot of behind the scenes this time around. And I won the ticket last year to go. And of course, my story is interesting because didn't know what Ecamm was and didn't even download it for camp. Waited. So there's a lot more fun pieces to that. I'll hold all of the juicy details for later. But
So this year
yeah.
will be a much different experience for you then, now that
Oh yeah.
you've been with the Ecamm tool.
Tons different. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Sure.
I have to say, I do genuinely wish Ecamm was accessible on all platforms. It's just it's not something I can teach in my class because it's for Mac only and because it's only paid. And obviously, university students don't all have Macs, although most of them do. I do poll my students, and it is very heavy leaning towards Apple products. But I do need a tool that I could teach across both. So that's the only bummer.
Geraldine has. Did you have something else, Geraldine? Because I see your hand up.
Sorry about that. I didn't lower the hand
No,
from
no,
the
not at all.
previous. I can do that.
Not at all. Thomas, sorry, this is stressing me out that you don't have a mic. Go up to output in your menu bar in Ecamm and see
He's
what
like,
it says for
no, I
virtual
tried.
mic. See if it says ready. If it says ready there, just give me a thumbs up or something.
If I was ever in Thomas's situation and I had to connect to a meeting, I would just
No, I know
connect from
you're a
my phone.
traditional, but open is if
I would connect
Ecamm's
from my phone.
open. Well, that's why it's not showing up because you don't have Ecamm open.
Said it was trying
Stand
to
by.
type in the URL before, and that was not working.
Yeah. Sometimes, so this is it's a what's it URL. It's one of those custom whatever URLs.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I found that those don't work nicely in Ecamm.
What I
No,
had
they
to do
don't.
is
Yeah.
I click on the button on the web page, then it takes me to another window that says, "Do you want to open Zoom?"
Right.
I cancel that. I copy the URL from that browser minus the hashtag success add-on that it puts there, and then that got me in.
If anyone wants,
Through Ecamm.
I just put the number of this meeting in the chat. Also happens to be my cell phone number, so if anyone wants to call me, but there's no password or anything, so you can just type this phone number or this Zoom number into just save it and it'll be there.
Tried to do that too, but
I'm gonna
comment however you want.
Ditto what Jeremy said because that was a big issue for me. I did not like that I couldn't get into some meetings with Ecamm for Zoom because then I could not use anything. And what I ended up doing was copying the URL, and I can get into everything now, and I can still use my Stream Deck and all of that. So, yeah, it's worked.
Theoretically, you can still use the virtual cam and the virtual mic from Ecamm in Zoom.
Sure.
Right, and if you just open up the Zoom client, but then you've got two Zoom clients going, and it's like,
yeah.
Right.
And
So
at my university Zoom account, not the one that I pay for, my university still blocks Ecamm for Zoom from being used. Of course, I can still use it the vanilla way, but Ecamm for Zoom, not allowed. Cannot use. It will deny access into the systems, which is why I had to buy my own account. So it totally sucks. But
there we go.
There you are. We hear you.
Is that it? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yep. We're good. We hear you. Can you hear us?
Nothing.
We hear you. So we hear you.
Can't lie here. Where's my Zoom?
We hear you, Thomas.
yeah, we hear you talking to yourself. This is his inner voice.
Oh well. He can't hear us. I wonder what his he must have been hearing us before though, earlier. Oh,
Yeah.
Ed. Oh, Ed, to answer your question, you can come into the meeting with whichever tool you like, preference wise. I also think it's nice to practice with both, so that you know what it's like as your students coming in on regular Zoom, or if you want to practice more, hey, I want to practice a few things using Ecamm for Zoom, come in that way. So really, it's totally up to you, I think. That'd be my opinion.
My gallery view just decided to go by. That's interesting.
What happened, Jeremy?
My gallery view is just gone. Gone. It was right here, right in front of me on my teleprompter. It's not.
Was
The
it full
windows,
screen?
the window is hidden.
I double checked that.
If you click mission control, is it anywhere?
No.
Like if you hit
it's
the F3 key?
Yeah. Nope, that did not do it.
Is it on a different desktop? Sometimes that's
That's what
happened to
I'm
me
thinking.
where
I'm looking at 4 different monitors here, and I'm trying to find which one it might have wandered off to, but whatever. We're almost done anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kill myself. I do want to mention something. This is very non-traditional, but it is educational to some extent. Yesterday, I drove down to Portland, and I with a buddy of mine who has a channel where it's dedicated to, they call it plane spotting, where he sets up at an airport, and then he just streams all the activities going on at the airport. But a lot of aviation enthusiasts, again, this is the way I said, it's not traditional education per se, but there's a lot of aviation enthusiasts out there that love watching these things, and you'll have hundreds of people watching at any given time, and comments are flowing and everything like that. But every now and then you'll get these occasional things, these little hiccups that happen, that obviously if you're in and out of the airport as a normal passenger you would never see. But yesterday down in Portland, the Air National Guard they were going out for exercises, and we caught an F-15. Let me see if I go here. Here's the F-15. It's on takeoff roll, and you'll notice something happen right about there. You see one of the engines is out.
Yeah, something. Yeah, it like
Right?
flashed.
So it had a flame out, and so immediately that was like, what's going on, that kind of stuff. And so I slowed it down in Final Cut and stuff like that. But this, I mean, you can see right there, it kind of goes bright and then just goes off. Right. And so this we do this when there's like go arounds, or when there's like, any kind of activity on the field where it's just seemingly unusual, and it's just kind of fun that way, because it's like you don't normally see this stuff when you're at the airport. And then of course the discussion ensues, and these are anywhere from 5 to 8 hour long streams. And it's amazing to me how big the worldwide aviation community is about learning about all the different things that are going on, different aircraft and stuff like that. So that's why I look like I'm still getting my summer tan on, because I was outside, exposed in the parking lot at Portland International yesterday. So that, but it's just one of those things that Ecamm is, you can pull up the comments, you can do all that kind of fun stuff and totally engage the audience. And this guy, he worked for 5 hours yesterday, and he did about $600 in super chats.
Wow.
So just by showing airplanes. So
the things we'll watch.
The things we'll watch. I mean, my wife and I will sit there. I mean, she's from Japan. We'll sit there and we'll watch this guy just with this camera walking the streets of Tokyo or Osaka or something like that. We'll just spend the entire dinner watching somebody else walk away or walk in a land that was recorded, whatever, months ago. And somehow that's, I don't know. I don't understand it. But yes, you're right, David. The things we'll watch.
Did you all hear Robert Redford died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I just saw that.
No, I hadn't heard yet.
That's so sad. What an amazing actor. Wow.
Mac, your hand is up.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mac. I
Yeah,
apologize.
Well, it's sad news. I loved him. I mean, he's absolutely amazing, both as an actor and director and everything. So, yeah. But yeah, I was actually trying to arrange my own appearance in Ecamm and then into Zoom, and I've had problems with 4K. And I'm looking at Jeremy's image, and he's coming from Ecamm into this, right? Are you using 4K output
And,
in Ecamm?
let me see what it's telling me.
Because I pinned your image when we were showing this video,
Yeah.
and it was crispy. It was really good.
Yeah, it's
But
4K.
when I use my regular camera mirrorless, then it's okay. But now I'm on Osmo Pocket 3, which is really great image. But if I only live stream or have a one-on-one lesson with somebody through Ecamm, and I bring them in through interview, not through Zoom, then I can get a crispy 4K image with this camera as well. But now if I change, I'm not sure I can change it now while I'm in Zoom. Let me see.
Can I just ask a
Oh,
question?
yes, I can. Here it is. I've switched to 4K, and now I'm all choppy here. You see?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what kind of
that's-
computer you running?
M4 MacBook Pro with 48 gigs of RAM. Only
That's a-
Ecamm, this Zoom, and a couple of
It could be.
tabs in
What's
Chrome.
your upload speed?
Upload speed should be around at least 30, 35.
That
Well,
could
Dave-
be the issue.
David, he's seen this locally on his machine. Would he see that?
Oh, you're saying it
output?
locally. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's seen
Yeah,
it locally before it even goes out.
Oh.
I'm choppy. I'm choppy in Ecamm. I'm choppy in the Zoom window, and only in the camera I'm fine.
Where did you change to 4K? In what?
In options, stream size, and then I went to 4K, and then
But
everything
stream.
gets choppy.
Oh, stream
If-
size in Ecamm. Yeah.
In Ecamm, in the
Yeah.
Ecamm menu
Ecamm, yeah.
options.
I
And
wonder
then,
if your
let's say I'll
camera
go back.
can the camera do 4K?
Yes, absolutely. It can.
It can do
You can direct it. It can be done through the third-party software. So if I just use Pocket 3 as a camera without webcam function, then it's definitely 4K, 24p, everything. But then as a webcam, you can only instruct it through a third-party software. Then if by default it's 1080. So and now let me just go back to 1080, and it's going to be. Okay, let's try 1440. Maybe that's going to be better. Oh yeah, it's better. 1440 is better. I'm quite smooth now.
Mhm.
I'm a smooth guy. Smooth operator.
So you decided to, instead of 4K, you went to 1440.
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna
that
see what
works
happens if I
fine.
click 4K for myself. Because I mean, is what could happen is it's using too many resources on the computer, and that's what could be making it.
Yeah, I
Right
know.
now, I'm doing okay.
Wait a minute. Where
Yeah.
can I see in Ecamm what my upload speed is?
Does
Is it in
this
settings?
make? Do I look any better at 4K than I did at 720 on Zoom?
Oh, much
That
better. Much better.
shouldn't.
Yeah. No, just
R-
kidding.
right now, I'm coming across much better than I was before.
No. You're
I was gonna
always
say,
beautiful,
really?
Tatiana. You're
Oh,
always
thanks,
don't.
guys. Oh, thanks, Jamie.
Newly married and everything. I mean, you're shining. Come on.
I'm glowing. Oh, actually, that does remind me what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I I've brought it up here before, not that everybody remembers or was here. I had a giant softbox as big as me, like 5 foot softbox, a huge thing that I used back in my video creation days for on-site videos and interviews. And it's just taking up so much room in the office. So I switched to an Amron 22-inch ginormous circle pancake. It's like a super thin, big white
You got
circle,
that?
and it's so much less invasive in the space. You know what I mean? It looks a lot nicer. And so I wanted to get another one, because I wanted to get a smaller one, but they don't make a smaller circular one. They only make smaller rectangular ones. So, but I just
Oh,
wanted to tell you guys
Tatjana,
that I did. Yes,
Is that the
there's
one that has
one
the
new
controls on the front?
product, Amaran, that came with
Amaran.
it's called Verge Max.
Yes,
Amaran
Yeah.
that's the one I got.
Verge Max. Yeah.
Yep, I got the
Yeah.
I'm
Amaran
thinking of
Verge
ordering
Max
that.
22-inch giant circular light. And
Did you get the
Yeah.
grid?
I did not get the grid. I thought about it, but I was like, well, let me see without it. And I'm at the light itself is at an angle. I should just shown this to you guys.
Are you using
You
the
can see
fill
it.
light or just that light?
I do have a fill light as well. So the
Okay.
Amaran light, if I'm saying that correctly, the Amaran light is the. So I'm looking at you guys over here. The Amaran light is the key light, the main light, and then I have so here's what I'm looking at, right? There's my Amaran light.
Yep.
And then this thing over here is a ring light with a curtain above it and a diffusion panel on it to soften that, and it's bouncing off of a white wall on the opposite side. So I'm using a ring light to bounce some light back into here, but I wanted to get a smaller circular Amran light, but they don't make one. They make a square one, and so I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the fill light because I don't really love the look of the curtain and the diffusion panel being held up by a ponytail holder in the back of the ring light. It's just like, it's just I'm making that space look beautiful on that side too. But I'm very happy with the Amran quality of the light. I was concerned about a few things. Are my eyes going to get really tired and exhausted from this light? It's not. And I use it at 17%. And I can really dial in the temperature, the white balance, the color temperature very nicely. I'm very happy. I like the white look of it. I have white gray walls, so it kind of blends better than the big black ginormous box I had here. So far, so good. The Amran light was like $280 when I got it a couple months ago, and I only put it up last week because of the wedding and stuff. But I'm happy with it. I think it was a good choice. Now I need to see what I'm gonna do with this giant. I have 3 sets of the spider lights. There are 3 different lights, and I don't know. Would anybody even buy them? They're so big. Should I donate them? Is there a school nearby? I got to figure out what to do with them. But right now they're just
I
taking up
ask you
space.
a question about your glasses, Tatjana, because let's say I've been doing live streams, like I had 100 live streams behind me when my biggest problem was always the reflection in my glasses that was going into the camera. And I was doing all kinds of different, setups with lights coming from higher above so that I don't do like this, but I always keep my head down, right? And I've realized that it's not only that I'm disturbing the audience, it's also if I get the reflection from the screens into the glasses and then the lights are coming in, that's tiring my eyes significantly more than if I really take care of all the reflections, right? So it's not only that the camera is getting the reflection, it's also somehow it's bouncing back to me. I see a double images sometimes. Yeah, it's a bummer when you
Yeah,
have
and the
glasses.
glasses are new for me. It's reading glasses that happened the past few months, and it's happening. So
Yeah.
I was playing. This is I put it in a position where I normally wouldn't have put it. Like you see, it's like up there. See where it's
Oh yeah.
at? I
Show
normally
us
would
your
have put it
lights. Oh, there.
I normally would have put it much lower.
Yeah.
See, somebody has to leave. Bye, Brandy Joe. And so I had to put it much higher than I normally would because I didn't want to have this every time. So I did have to play with that, but I also there's nothing I can do about I have multiple screens and they're reflecting on here. There's just nothing I can do about it because I can't move them. I need to see them. So I was
So
kind of like I give up. And what I try and do is when I'm recording content, I will take them off and if I need to use the teleprompter or something, I just make it big enough that I can see it. But otherwise, I was like, you know what? I kind of give up on the reflection unless I can get anti-glare glasses and do something differently. So
Turn the
Tatiana, one of
monitor
the
up as
things that,
well.
yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Excuse me. I turned the I have a old like Vizio 32-inch TV in front of me, but I also purchased a filter screen that fits over the monitor. So that significantly reduced the amount of not only glare glare reflection from my glasses, but also eye fatigue. So think of the anti glare that you would purchase for your laptop to put over there to cover it. It's a plastic piece. It's like $30 or something like that. I've used that for quite a while, and that's helped. And the other thing is interesting because I just ordered the Amaran Verge Max. It's arriving on Saturday. Oh yes,
Yay!
and I suffer from eye fatigue as well because I have two lights coming like a 45-degree angle here. So I'm happy to see that it's working on you in terms of the less eye fatigue, but also saving desk space because I have a similar challenge as well there. So
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
after a
I'm very
while I
happy
just
with it.
start squinting, my eyes get red. It just I can't do it for more than 3 hours without having to take a break.
Yeah, I posted a quick video about it in Ecamm community, and then Caleb from Ecamm said, "Hey Doc, what do you recommend?" And so Doc chimed in, and a bunch of other people also chimed in, and so actually, did one of you guys chime in on that? I feel like one of you guys might have talked. Anyway,
I had put a question about that and said see if anybody had bought that, but um, the thing about lights in general, especially if you got a bunch of them, is it's really nice. I wouldn't say it's necessarily 100% important, but it's nice to have all of them from the same manufacturer. And there's a very simple reason for that, because when you buy into the ecosystem, all the controls, all the the Stream Deck apps, or they've got apps on the phone or tablets or whatever, they just it's universal. And like I've got newer lights here, and I've got all Amaran and Aperture behind me, and the Amaran and Aperture I can do one button, and there they go.
yeah, I remember seeing your
Right.
video
So
where you did that.
yeah, so it's way it's so much nicer to have those things under one ecosystem, because these newer the lights are great, the app is crap.
Now,
So
I will say, Jeremy, on that note, I assumed for my other lights, I had them all set up on these little smart bulbs, these little smart
mm,
plugs that I controlled by my phone. I press one button, they all came on. I press another button, two of them or one of them. I lost that ability with the Amran, even though so I plugged it into the smart plug thinking it would do the same thing. And it doesn't matter because I have to go physically press the button on the Amran light to turn it on,
right.
even if I have it plugged. So I was like, oh, that sucks. Amran does have its own app. So I download that. And that's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what you're saying, Jeremy. I was like, I want to get another Amran light then so I could control both of them at the same time rather than having to open up two apps to turn
Right.
on the two lights.
Right.
So yes, Randall, you got to get to class. I know we got to wrap it up. Everybody's got to
Yeah.
wrap it up anyway. See,
Put the
so
wrong
cute,
one.
Randall.
I know,
And you
but I
just
put
have
the
to.
wrong one. I have one that's not the green screen that I created. I picked the wrong one when I was
I was
connected to
gonna
a
say,
Stream
I know
Deck.
you know how to take out the green
I
screen,
know how
so
to take
good.
the screen. Y'all take care.
That's all good. Bye, guys.
Right.
So yeah, guys, we'll end there. Thank you for everybody for your time and for coming.
Yeah, enjoy your
LinkedIn,
American prices. This light is $380 in Sweden.
really,
Yeah.
man. I know some things in other countries are so much more expensive, and other things are less expensive. But
Everything.
everything
Yeah.
technology or everything, like even
Everything
clothing.
technology. Everything that comes from overseas is at least 40%, sometimes even more down here.
I wish I could donate my lights to Sweden then.
Yeah. Well,
We
actually, I
need
did
to
some of the purchases I did. I ordered it to my friend in Ohio, and then he sent me as a private package, which was a fraction of the cost, right? But I can't do it with large stuff and all that. Yeah. But I
sounds like we need to start a Ecamm smugglers group or something along those lines.
I know. Ecamm smugglers
That's
group.
a good idea.
Any ideas for what you guys
All
would
right.
like to chat about next month? I think LinkedIn came up a few times, but I mean that's not exactly related to Ecamm and technology and
LinkedIn would be
education.
great because I'm all for it. I mean, yeah. LinkedIn could be cool.
LinkedIn. Anything else like Darren or Geraldine or Jeremy? Things like or Omar. I know you might be in silent mode. You might be in podcast mode right now, but any ideas for what you guys would like to chat about next month in October? It'll be the fall season, well, at least here in the US.
I'm interested in various teaching styles. I've tried, of course, in person, virtual, um, pre-recorded, partially
Mm-hmm.
recorded,
Mm-hmm.
partially live. I'm curious as to what has been successful for some of you and why.
Okay, so maybe next month we do more of a teaching styles conversation and we can go into breakout rooms so that everybody has a chance to chat with two other people rather than we all wait our turn for
Hmm.
everybody because everybody will have a teaching style and something to contribute. That sounds good. And then I'll think
Gamification to
about,
boost. Yeah.
oh, we love gamification
Omar
here. Oh
wrote that. Yeah,
man.
it's cool.
One
Okay.
of the things I'm looking into for the church that I do live streaming for, and I think it would be applicable for education, as a live transcription um, app. And hopefully, by the time we meet next time, I will have reviewed enough of these apps. But I don't know how many students watch with subtitles on. Obviously after the fact, but I'm talking this would be live, and it's not only live transcription, but it's also live translation. So you
Hmm.
can be
PowerPoint
speaking.
does live transcription.
What does?
PowerPoint.
Is it any good?
Yeah. That was
No.
one of the features that I was like, "Oh, really?" And somebody had it going in something that I attended. I was like, "I had no idea PowerPoint did live transcription."
Oh, I'll have to look into that. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm trying to say, they've got, it's budgetary time right now, and so they're looking to me to go out and do the research. So I'll come back with my findings if anybody's interested.
Okay. Yeah. I think that people would be interested. I know
Third date for the next time, Tatiana
yes,
and
it is
David.
always the third Tuesday of the month. So it is Tuesday, 1, 2, 3, Tuesday, October 21st. Same time
Okay.
as today. I'm not sure what time it is in Sweden, but
Oh, it's 10 p.m. in Sweden when we start.
okay. When we started, it was 10. So
Yeah.
you're 6 hours ahead. Okay, so you're on a
Yeah. You're in
CET
Eastern?
time? Yes,
You're
we're
in,
Eastern.
yeah, okay. That's
Well,
six
I'm Eastern.
6 hours ahead. Yeah.
Okay, Omar also votes for gamification to boost engagement for classrooms. Okay. So could we do teaching styles and gamification next week? I mean, next month? I think so. I think we
Okay.
would have a chance to talk about both.
Yeah.
And if not, we could always do gamification for November and make, because the gamification I think could be its own topic totally. So I think we could do teaching styles for October and then gamification for November. Or, you know, have both running concurrently for the 2 months, teaching and gamification. All right. Beautiful. I hope everybody has a wonderful month and you guys should all know how to reach me. I know I'm in contact with everybody here. And then Mac, I did connect with you on LinkedIn as well.
Oh, thank you. That's great.
Beautiful. Omar,
All
thank you for
right.
joining us today. Darren, it was really good to see you. Geraldine, congratulations again. That's very exciting stuff. Jeremy, thank you for showing us that cool video and reminding me sometimes slowing videos down is really engaging too. As a
Mhm.
teaching technique, like that made it so much better when you slowed it down. I was like watching.
You're welcome.
Great chatting with everybody today. Have a good month.
See you
You too,
later.
guys.
Take care.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.